Imagine spending months building something in Rust, only to see it come alive in the most spectacular way ever. That's what happened when we built the biggest charity rave in Rust. I'll tell you how we took a simple laser show and turned it into the most over-engineered spectacle. Here's how you usually make a simple light show in Rust. Put down a boombox, place components like the laser light, disco floors and sound lights, wire them all up to power, and call it a day. Great, you've got a small Rust rave. You've probably seen these in-game or on YouTube, but this time was different. A player named Alicelove messaged us, "Let's do a charity event. Go big." Me and two fellow electricians named Swift Coyote and Daddy D were in. And oh boy did we go big. Just imagine the same process from before, but 100 times over. First, of course, we had to build a stage. Like any good stage out there, ours needed to have a unique theme. This would tie everything together and give it its own identity beyond the default Rust look. Brainstorm a lot: nature, brutalism, cyberpunk. Then I built this, and we knew we had struck gold. A space shuttle. It gave us a clear vision. With a space theme we could shape everything around one spectacular launch. As cool as the rocket was, it wouldn't be enough for a full stage on its own. First order of business was to make the rocket 3 times bigger. To help further with the design, I pulled references from real-life venues and picked the ones that translated well to Rust. I like the towers on this one, which look like this in game. And from another image I took the ridges that became a key part of the final design. Here's a quick sketch on how I pictured the final stage. And let me tell you, I was in awe the first time I looked at it. Finally, we could add lights. Some obvious additions were some disco floors on the towers, the sides and the dance floor, heaters and disco balls, and I really wanted to add Christmas lights that would trace the silhouette of the space shuttle. This already turned it into a basic light show. But remember, we go big. Right now lights are either on or off. In real-life shows, lights flash with the music all the time. So how do we make ours blink to the beat? Sure, we could flip the switch by hand, but we can do better. We build a clock that pulses at a set interval and hook it up to the lights. With the right speed, the lights turn on and off to the beat. That's a huge upgrade. But not every song has the same tempo. So the one speed that we have could be too fast or too slow for other songs. To fix this, we add 3 more speeds to cover the most common tempos. With a bit of logic, we can switch between the speeds with a press of a button. It gets even better. We can also add an inverter. Before lights turned off for a split second every beat. Flip the inverter and now they turn on for a split second on the beat. Same logic, totally different feel. Did I mention that we tend to over-engineer? I for sure was happy when it was working. Oh yes.
Oh yeah?
I can control the first thing from up here.
Oh yeah.
And it's slow. And it's fast. Heck yes. One may ask why we went through all this hassle. Sure, it was fun, but it also was for a good cause. We teamed up with the Testicular Cancer Society to raise money and awareness. Testicular cancer often affects men ages 20 to 35 and is highly treatable when found early. Building something cool in a video game with real-life impact sure is splendid. We had the stage, a fancy pulse engine, and a lot of lights. Next question, where do we all control it from? The best spot would be behind the crowd, looking over the whole stage. Staying in theme, Daddy D designed a smaller rocket that we all loved. With a few tweaks, it became a fun place for players to explore. They could take the stairs down to the basement and look at the wiring, or go upstairs to admire the panels with all the switches. Placing these switches down for the lights that we wanted was one thing, but actually placing all the lights and wiring them was another thing. It took multiple days, especially because our OCD kicked in and made us wire like this. At least it looked organized in the end. The control room filled up faster than we hoped, and to make it even better, Swift led a full redesign.
Everything is... I was actually just in the process of testing things, so I gotta test a couple more things.
He mounted all the switches on angled signs and drew icons for each group. Now that's a money shot. Speaking of turning up a notch, check out this panel. Unlike the others, it doesn't control normal electrical parts. It's something more dramatic. Remember command blocks? They were added a few months back, and I've showed them before. You put in an admin command, and when the block gets powered, it runs that command. With that much power on our fingertips, it didn't take long for us to find a use. This panel now can flip day to night, summon thunderstorms, and more.
Actually, do you want to see what this looks like, bud? This is gonna knock shocks off. So now if we do this, check this out.
It's getting bigger and redder. What is happening?
What? How wild of a moon is that?
It definitely scratched our little god complex. But why stop there? Command blocks gave us more power than any normal Rust Naked could dream of. But remember, we are not normal, nor naked. We knew the event would be hosted on a server by somebody on the team. That meant we could install a plugin. Plugins are pieces of code that you can load onto your Rust server to change or add game mechanics. And this splendid mustache twirler is something of a coder himself. First idea, fireworks. Rust has boomers, volcanoes and Roman candles. Light them up and they look great. You can even ignite them with an igniter, but once they burn, they are gone. You have to place new ones by hand, and we don't do manual labor here. So the plugin spawns the fireworks we want and ignites them. Next up, the audio lights. You know, lasers, sound lights, disco floors? They can change colors and patterns, which is awesome. The problem is, you can't change those settings with electricity. Blue stays blue, a floor keeps its pattern. Normally, you would run around, press E on each device, and press the new settings manually. Yuck, no thanks. Our plugin does the running. We choose the style and boom! New color, new pattern, done in an instant. We use the same trick for Christmas lights and strobes. Now our drops are dropping even harder than your FPS staring at them. I coded for a couple of days, and I kid you not, every time I returned, Swift had more lights to go. Okay, this is something different. Holy. Alright, you've clearly figured this stage out, I feel like. I mean, I told you like 1.5 weeks ago, like, it's okay. You can stop wiring, but I will also admit, like, what you put down is mighty impressive, like.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm happy.
say beforehand we had these wow things, right? And we had like 1 or 2, but now we have like 6 of them. We got simple lights, sound lights, spotlights, Christmas lights, searchlights, laser lights, strobe lights, industrial lights, flasher lights, siren lights, and so much more. One standout addition were these new neon signs. Since we can address the exact frame now, we can change the color of the entire stage by simply switching between the frames. With the stage and the plugin ready, it was time to go live. Not on just any server. We were hosted on the West Coast server, run by Nihai. Most admins would just put an island for the event. Not him. Nihai put in a whole floating hovercraft, and that's where we placed our stage. Now we could perform. That is, if we already had a coherent light show figured out. In true engineering fashion, we made a spreadsheet that mapped out every effect in every moment, with timestamps for each and of course color coded. In theory, that should keep us in sync with the music and give everyone the best experience. Everything was ready to go. This was the moment we've all been working towards. 3 months of building, wiring and coding. Players came in after 5 days of fun and excitement, from PvE bases, car races to bingo evenings. Now we had 4 different artists, with the last one being our headliner. This show would be the grand finale of the whole charity event. It all came together so well, and seeing the perspective downstairs made me very happy, as all the lights seamlessly blended with the audio to create something bigger. After an incredible performance by artist and friend Player 9, it was time for NCS.
Let me free.
And while everybody on the dance floor was enjoying the show, this was my perspective through it all.
Turn off Tower Fog and turn on Shuttle Fog. Turn on Blue Industrial, turn on Flashers.
Just standing there, calling out what switches need to be turned on at any moment.
Siren.
Everybody, where's your glasses?
Going on from the first evening, we doubled down our efforts for the second one and invited even more people that could enjoy the music by Andrea Botez. As the main act for a whole show, we got Infernal, which felt pretty crazy, given that they are a band that has been playing for more than 2 decades and went gold and platinum in Denmark multiple times. Their segment would start off strong, as it was time for the lift-off.
Optimizing hormesis levels, maximizing musical skill sets, and reconfiguring behavioral patterns. All levels now at 100%. Subjects fully revived and operational in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Infernalization complete.
The show was over, everyone left, and the last switch was turned off. I asked myself, was it all worth it? 3 months of work, redoing parts that already worked, and building things that pushed Rust past its limits, sometimes just to prove that we could. Heck yes, baby! We raised $1,595, overshooting our initial goal by 50%, and threw an unforgettable party with our friends in Rust. Remember to check your balls. If you're especially balls, you can watch another amazing creation over here. Thanks to my Patreons for believing in me, and I see you in the next video.